individual race DVDs that are available. We had an exciting finish to that one. You might consider picking up a DVD of the race just completed. It'll be ready in about 15 or 20 minutes after race time. Checking our lane assignments for event number 63, the Women's Collegiate Varsity Cow Cup Petite Final. In lane number 1, San Diego State. Purdue will be moving along in lane 2. Georgetown occupies lane 3. Loyola Marymount will be out there in lane 4. Temple University from Pennsylvania in lane 5, and Villanova out there in lane 6.
Less than 2 minutes, down alignment.
San Diego State, Purdue, Georgetown.
We're at the start of the Women's Collegiate Varsity Cal Cup Petite Final. Lane 1, San Diego State. Lane 2, Purdue. Lane 3, Georgetown. Lane 4, Loyola Marymount. 5, Temple. And then lane 6, Villanova. This is going to be a great race. All these crews, as Charles mentioned earlier, have seeked their own level in this competition. And these crews, 1 through 6, should be extraordinarily competitive. The female voice you hear as a starter today is Corky Rollins, NCAA referee, U.S. rowing referee.
Attention. Go.
And with a drop of the flag, all crews are out, away from the stake boats. It is a fair start. Jumping out early in lane 4, Loyola Marymount. Followed closely by Purdue, San Diego State, Villanova. Lane 3 seems a little slow. Georgetown, a little slow out of blocks compared to the rest of the field, but everybody's within 4 seats as they cross the 100-meter breakage area. Still in their sprint, lane 2, Purdue has just now shifted down, settled into the race pace, maintaining, well, looks like level still with Loyola Marymount outside to Villanova, only a seat down, and then we're looking inside here to San Diego State University, which is 3 seats down to Purdue. Georgetown is settled in and pulled back up even with Temple. At the 400-meter mark, it looks like Purdue wants to take 10 and has worked out another seat on the field after settling off a high start. They are now 2 seats ahead of San Diego State University in lane 1 and Loyola Marymount out there in lane 4. Villanova's pushed themselves back up almost level with second place. And of course we have Georgetown still in the hunt. This is very competitive rowing. Temple is right even there. As we cross the 500-meter mark, we have Purdue University 4 seats up over second place, which is dead level between San Diego State University, Loyola Marymount, Villanova, then back to 4 seats back to Temple and Georgetown. That's a call from the 500-meter.
And on the water is race number 63, the Women's Collegiate Varsity Cal Cup Petite Final. Checking our lane assignments in lane number 1, San Diego State University currently battling for the lead against Purdue in lane number 2. Georgetown is in lane 3. Another contestant for the lead spot is Loyola Marymount, and in lane 4. In lane 5, Temple University, and out in lane number 6, it is Villanova.
Well, on yesterday's results, it would be Loyola Marymount in lane 4 would have felt this morning that they needed to amend yesterday's result to make amends for it. Looking at the results of yesterday, they were the crew that one would expect to trail in this race. But Loyola Marymount have obviously decided that yesterday was yesterday and today is today, and they've really come out strong and thrown down a challenge to the rest of the crew. On yesterday's results, the form crew in this race is Purdue University in lane 2, and it's Purdue University who have thrown out the challenge, the early challenge. They've weathered the challenge from Loyola Marymount, and they've thrown down the challenge to the rest of the crew as they come up to the 1,000 meters. But all the crews are in it at this stage. Purdue have the advantage, but everybody else looks like they're pretty much level pegging across the race course, all well and truly in touch with each other. Georgetown University got a slow start, according to Bob Whitford, and they've pulled themselves back into the race. Their coach, Glenn Petite, who's in his second year coaching at Georgetown after a very successful career coaching the women of Gonzaga, is no stranger to this race course or to racing on the West Coast, and I'm sure he will have prepared them well for today's race.
Just outside the 1,000 meter mark, it is Purdue continuing to be on the lead. They got an excellent start along with San Diego State and Loyola Marymount. The Aztecs have not been able to capitalize on their excellent start as Purdue continues to have the lead, but across the remaining 5 crews pretty much even. Looking at San Diego State in lane 1, Georgetown making up for their slow start in lane 2, Loyola Marymount out on the outside in lane number 3, then farther outside looking to Temple, Villanova, and then coming back inside to check that would be Loyola Marymount in lane number 4 is trailing back just a skosh, but nothing of any significance. However, Purdue is beginning to move out, and I note Purdue at about 750 meters to go in this race had to make a course correction. They were drifting very close out to lane number 3. They accomplished that and apparently did not lose their rhythm as they're still making that course correction to get themselves back in order again. San Diego State unable to take advantage of that little seesaw or jigsaw there. Then all the way to the outside, it is Loyola, Temple, and Villanova.
Yes, Alan, interesting that you picked that up on the Purdue crew. They're maintaining their lead, but their blade work is looking a little ragged on the starboard side. So obviously a lot of power in this boat, and they've been able to overcome those steering difficulties, which may or may not have been caused by some bad timing on the starboard side, and they're holding off the challenge from the rest of the crews in this race at the moment, but it is going to be a very, very tight finish.
They took a rather circuitous route there for a moment, and I thought maybe they might lose it, but they have not. Purdue continues to be on the lead. Along the shoreline, this is San Diego State University mounting a challenge, and then to the far outside, Temple apparently has decided to get back into it. Loyola, after having an early lead, has faded back somewhat, and then to the far outside, Villanova, and checking the Villanova crew along with Georgetown in lane number 6. This along the shoreline is Purdue. They have a relatively boat length lead here, comfortable lead. San Diego State challenging them along the shoreline. They had a run at them at about 1,000 meters and unable to take advantage of a course correction that Purdue needed to make. Our second place finishers are beginning to tighten up a little bit as Temple on the outside is getting in the hunt. And also in lane number 3, Georgetown, after a very ragged start, is back in it. But on the lead is Purdue University. They are followed by San Diego State on the shore side. And in lane number 3, Georgetown is mounting a bit of a challenge. They have now overtaken Temple on the outside, with Villanova on the far outside and Loyola Marymount trailing just a bit at this time. Purdue University looks like that they may continue and move forward and pick up the victory here. San Diego State appears to have fought off a late challenge by a slow starting Georgetown crew, and then to the outside, Temple University, then farther outside to Villanova, and inside one of our early leaders, Loyola Marymount.
Yes, that one's too close to call for third spot there between Temple and Georgetown. I think it's whoever got the last stroke in.
We will be having the starting lane assignment shortly for event number 64.
Has life become totally boring in San Diego? A special report coming up from our...
Wouldn't it be nice to live right at the beach? Maybe the beach is closer than you think. Discover Campland on the Bay on Mission Bay right here in San Diego. Camp in an RV or tent. Explore the beach. Splash in the pools. Score at the arcade and have lots of fun at all the games and activities, while 24-hour park rangers keep your parents safe. Campland on the Bay. It's the beach in your